If your parent dies today, or either your mom or your dad dies today, and the parent who has been left alive denies you to go to the burial or to the funeral, how would that make you feel? Coming to see your mom's grave when you are 20 while your mom died while you're in 11 years. It is something that is very hurtful. You understand? You never see pictures of her burial, you never see her pictures, you even forget her face. Do you know how hurtful it is to forget your mom's face? It is very shameful to ever talk about my dad in this way, but I just want to tell you, if you could know, if I could get courage to exactly told you what this man did to me, you would ever wonder whether he was my dad. Most of you would even request for our DNA. At this point, I'm not being stupid. I just want to say there is no need. I don't think I need a father anymore. Hello guys, my name is Rayton San, your favorite boy. For the lazy people, call me Ray. Those with enough time, they can call me Rayton San. So before I start this video, I want to give you a disclaimer that if you have ever watched any of my video for entertainment purposes, this is the first time I'm asking you to watch my video with an insight, because I want to tell you something, or I want to say something that will literally blow your mind. I'm going to give so many secrets that I've never shared in any place in life, but since I announced publicly that I have received salvation, there's been so many questions, but we are not going to talk solely on that. I am going to be talking about my family, although I have threats right now that I should not talk about them. I'm going to be talking about my life journey, and I'm going to talk about my spiritual journey. But most importantly, you all people should understand that despite the fact that I'm who I am, despite the fact that I'm a child, at the end of the day, I'm human. You know, I'm shedding blood just like any other person. I'm breathing oxygen just like any other person, and I'm using my mind to think just as any other person. So there's an issue that I posted a video and I was asking my dad for forgiveness. And I bet this is the last time ever in my life, ever, to ever talk about my family or to ever talk about my personal life online, unless otherwise. For my personal life, I can talk about it some future in future, or maybe when I get success or something that I need to address. But my family, I will never. Why? After reaching out and trying to ask forgiveness, I just received a text well articulated in English, and I knew that text was not written by my dad. It was written by someone, either my stepmother or something. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the message was well received, and I was told to never talk about my family. But I want to read a verse in this Bible that says, children, and it is Ephesians 6 verse 1 to 4. It says, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother in the first commandment. Okay, this is the first commandment, the promise, that it may be well with you and that you may live long on earth. Then verse 4 continues, and this is what many parents don't want to read. You know, many parents want just to provoke their kids and just hurt them, because simply their parents, they want to look all correct. Verse 4 continues and says, especially fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Easy as that. Many people leave this word at verse 3. They don't want to go to verse 4, where it asks the father not to anger the children. It is very shameful to ever talk about my dad in this way, but I just want to tell you, if you could know, if I could get courage to exactly told you what this man did to me, you would ever wonder whether he was my dad. Most of you would even request for our DNA. I am telling you that so many things happen. And no, when I say this, everybody is thinking about views and clicks. I'm telling you for free. We just swallow a lot of things. And I know even most of the people who are watching me right now, their parents have done a lot of things to them. But simply because in the name of this is a parent, don't hurt them, don't say nothing to them, don't provoke them, they end up hurting their children. At this point, I'm not being stupid. I just want to say there is no need. I don't think I need a father anymore. Yeah, I don't think. If I have God, that's all what I needed. Because at the end of the day, God is the only person who will not reason like a human being. He will never treat me unfairly. He will never treat me unfairly. God will always treat me with kindness, with positivity, because He really knows what I went through. I want to tell you, I was born in Nairobi, Langata, and when I was born, my real name is Mambo. One of my real names is Mambo, and Mambo was a name given to my situation. I was born in Langata, Wilson, opposite Wilson Airport, a place called City Cotton. It was next. That place was adjacent to Wangari Maathai, the late Wangari Maathai home. So we were like, we used to live in a house made of papers and cartons. That is what my parents used to tell me. So I was brought in a very poor background. So going to baby class, pre-units in class 1, I never studied class 1. So class 2, I went to do it in Meru. Is it in Meru or Ukambani? Ukambani. So we stayed there with my grandma. Life was really, really hectic. Like life was hell, you know. But since I had not experienced any type of a good life, I wouldn't understand how hell that life was until now when I look back and I'm like, you know, tell me why. And I'll keep asking this question anyway, because I know there are some people who are watching me for the first time and they may not resonate. So if you have listened to my story before and I repeat anything, just bear with me, because I believe there's so many new people and I don't want them to miss my point or miss my target. If your parent dies today, or either your mom or your dad dies today, and the parent who has been left alive denies you to go to the burial or to the funeral, how would that make you feel? Coming to see your mom's grave when you are 20 while your mom died while you're in 11 years. It is something that is very hurtful. You understand? You never see pictures of her burial, you never see her pictures, you even forget her face. Do you know how hurtful it is to forget your mom's face? Like you don't remember how your mom looks. For example, if you just walk around and maybe meet your mom accidentally, you may not know her. Do you know how hurtful that thing is? Life really made me feel like I'm the bad person. But at some point, I just felt like maybe I'm in the wrong company. Maybe I'm in the wrong people. Even at the end of the day, it doesn't mean because so many people around you are against you, you're the wrong person. It doesn't mean that way. I understand the part of me coming online and saying I'm gay and all that. It might have hurted him. But I just want to be honest with you. How does it come he stops to talk to me in the second year? People will say maybe you asked for forgiveness and he thought like you are not going to listen to him. You understand? And then I went to Meru. I talked to him. We solved issues even with my siblings, and I made everything right. I told him exactly what has been going on. I never lied to him, but he ended up and never talked to me. Moving on. That is the story of my parent and how I never attended my mom's burial and all that, and how it happens that I am the bad person. You understand? That is nothing I'll go to grave with it. I'll never forgive you for that. I just want you to understand that. And you know so many things that you have done to me that if I mention right now, I might even destroy your reputation, even in the churches where you go, because you did to me so many things that are so hurtful that I don't even, sometimes I doubt, are you my real dad? I just doubt, because you do things to me that don't even look like you care about me. Moving on to the story of my parent, leave that alone. That is the last statement I'm ever going to mention about him. I don't care if he blocks me, fine, I just move on with my life. At the end of the day, I did my best, you understand? Yeah, so let us not stay like we are constricted to the Bible, we are afraid of what might happen. At the end of the day, I did what I could. He angered me. I reacted. It was not my fault. I'm human. I'm not a robot. When I was in high school, you see the story of going to these witch doctors. I did not see these things in movies. No. I did not see these things in my friends, in other places. I saw this thing in my family. And I used to visit witch doctors when I was very young, when I was in high school. I remember even there was other time I just got out of school. Then I went to Mombasa to join Freemasonry, or the other thing called Illuminati. I never succeeded though, and that became my norm. That I started feeling like you can never be successful, or you can never be that much famous just like that. I know so many things are happening nowadays, and there is a level of fame that I can even get now, and so many people want to own me because many people don't want people who can control so many things. Leaving that story alone, you see, The Bible is saying, it's continuing in verse 3 and says, no, in verse 4 to 5 and says, bring your children up in a disciplined manner. What I see in you, it's a likelihood that I might perceive it. For example, I am really, really much willing to have a relationship with a girl. But when I look back to my family, what my dad used to do to my mother, what he has done to all other stepmothers, I'm just shocked, and I'm like, that is not exactly what I want to do to my partner. I don't have a good example in my house. I can't stand and say, I want to love you like my father loves my mom. I can never say that. You understand my point? I don't care whether he says I said he's a bad person. I don't really care. I'll see comments threatening me. A parent is a parent at the end of the day. I just don't want to be forced to say things that will be very shameful to him. I am pretty sure I have had cases of parents saying, my parents raped me, my parents did this to me, my parents did that to me. Mine is much worse than that. I'm telling you for free. You see how you're saying your parents maybe raped you and you are so angry? My parents one is worse than that. I just don't want to say it for his repetition in his church, because I know he's a leader in church somewhere. And that church is what that they are discussing me in their church, saying how I am in Illuminati, how I am in Freemasonry, how I'm going to sacrifice him. And that's why he's carried by the church, because that church looks like, I don't know, prophetic manner, which they are funny prophets. I know many people have even prophesied my death. Many people have said I will die in a very... I was telling you, I was not supposed to see 2026. When I saw 2026, I cried out that I know God didn't like my voice. But I had a promise. I had a promise that you're back home. Desperate moments calls for desperate measures. My life has been dramatic, has been chaotic, I had so many turbulence. You see, in life sometimes, you encounter things and they break you. They even break your DNA. They change you. They make you look like a villain. But you know what people see? They see the final result. People never saw the process. People never knew what I had to go through to be here. For if I knew what I had to go through to be here, I would never have started the journey. I would never have started the process. I swear to the living God. The process has been so difficult to a point that I'm breaking down. I want to go through depression, But God created me in a so good way, in a so wonderful way, that I have the capacity to withstand storms. I have the capacity to pick myself up even when everybody else is kicking me down. People see the Rayton who is gay. They don't see the Rayton who was 22 years before being gay. People see the Rayton who is quarreling with parents. They never see the Rayton who lost his girlfriends because of family disputes. People see the Rayton who is always crying online. They never saw the Rayton that was always happy and smiling. You don't know what changed me to this point. And I keep telling God, don't change my heart. I don't want to hate people. God, don't change my heart. And this is a prayer that I'm making to you. Don't change my heart, that I will start viewing the world as a painful place to stay. Don't change my heart, that I'll start feeling so much pain that I will wish I'm dead. That's not what I want. I just want to be happy, make other people happy, help who I can because at the end of the day, we are all passing through this world. We are not staying here for long. We just have to do God's assignment, then we call it a life, then we move. Today we were reading in the Bible of James in church, and it is said, don't go before God to pray I don't know. Let me see if in today's notes it's Mark 11 actually. Mark 11 verse 25. You can't carry grudge. You can't carry people in your heart. You are not forgiving them, and you go before God to pray for that anger and that unforgiveness. That because that anger and that unforgiveness will hinder your prayers from being heard. You understand my point? And I just thought about it, and I said, because Pastor said, sometimes you might forgive people to a point of you feel you're forgiving so recklessly that maybe these people don't deserve my forgiveness. But let me ask you one thing. What does it cost you to forgive people? Like nothing. Release people, like let people go there, discuss you, react to you. Wewe ulitoa akili hapo. You just exited that type of life. You just went to start something new. You understand my point? And I just want to tell people one thing. I've really suffered in this life. I used to work in a kibanda as a grocery man, and I was paid 300 per day. I used to work in a club, and I used to fight every day with drunkard people because they used to refuse to pay my bills or bills of the club. I have worked in a lodging as a watchman at night. All these things I did because I was chasing life. I was chasing dreams. There is something that was in me that I was seeing. And that anger, that fire has not ceased in my heart. I'm still having that anger to achieve greatness, to achieve success. I just don't want to be a successful man only. I also want to be a great man. A successful man is if you're able to afford your lifestyle without any problem, you're very successful. But a great man is someone who changes other people's life. In every place I go in my life, I choose, even if not to just one person, to change their lives. I don't know how many people are watching this video to this far, but if you're getting this far, I just want to tell you one thing. Leave the story of never give up. Don't listen to that. Always give up with a plan B. If something is really hurting you, you don't have to carry it on. You cannot carry everything that you came with. You cannot. You cannot carry everything that you came with. You have to leave some luggages behind for you to be lighter to continue with your journey. It looks so difficult to leave some things, but I want you to think it about this way. Leaving a parent seems so difficult, but my mom died. Most of the people have lost their parents. It wasn't our choice. That is a sign that some things may be very important into your life, but that is not all what it takes to be you. You are not defined by people around you. You are defined by your character. I know sometimes your character is influenced by the environment you are in or the people around you, but you can never stop being you. I'm glad I'm saying this with a very clean heart. It is for the first time I just saw my dad's message and I'm like, fine. I wrote a very long text, then when I read through, I said, no, Riton, that's not you. What do you think it will change in him when you write to him that message? Because I was pinpointing things that he has done to me, pinpointing things that have hurted me, pinpointing things I've done to reconcile with him, pinpointing things that he thought I did but I didn't do. But I said, you don't know, you don't owe anyone an explanation. You just need to be you. Do what is right. Sometimes, yes, I'm wrong, but there is no big thing. There is no big deal, especially when someone asks for forgiveness. You're seated down there thinking you're going to curse me. You're very mistaken. You are very mistaken. I was a small child who was supposed to handle the other one. You're supposed to handle me. You are my father, but you never become my dad. You failed to be my dad. You think all these things I did I was doing for my money, for my life only? I would have rested a long time ago. I was doing all these things because I wanted you to be on the level of other parents. But I don't say it failed, but unfortunately, it seems like the time I'm entering my level of success, I will not have any other people around me. But you know why it hurts, it's because you can see it. Foolish people will never have stress. Foolish people will never worry about anything because they don't know what what they are coming to face. You see, even my relationship, I'm going to put it private next time. I just want to make things clear. Yeah, I am going to be in a relationship in future, even if not next month, even if not next year, but at some point in life, I will need to have a wife. And let me be specific, have a female wife. I don't want anything contradicting or act like I'm having fear or act like I don't want to say other things to offend people. Whoever feels offended, just be offended. I don't really care at this point. You get my point? And I just want someone who will come to my life not to judge me or to look at me based on my past, but to look at me in what I can produce, in what I can be, or in who I am. Because I have done a lot of things, many things. Most of them are really, really public. But you know what? Suppose they were private, you could never learn anything about me. You could never learn anything about life. Even some people watching me here, I've done so many weird stuffs, many weird stuffs. But because it's not public, nobody learns about it. You are the only person who is going to learn about it. And I just want to be grateful for this life. I am not regretting any other steps. I am not regretting anything that I did so far. I am just grateful that it happened and I was able to survive through it, and I'm able to be here to talk to you. Someone said, if you can talk about your pain and fail to cry, it means you have healed. You have not forgotten. You've just healed. I look at my life sometimes and I feel like it's a movie, man. So many things have happened in my life. When I was around 12 years, not 12, around 9 years or 7 years, I went to church. I was a Catholic boy. So I went to this church, to this Catholic church. We broke into the church with my brothers. When we broke into the church, we went and urinated in the church. Like, we did so many things in the church. And we broke into the father's chamber where they used to keep their clothes, their sacrament, so many things, you know. And so we went in and wore their clothes and started performing the service inside there. I can't even believe I did that. I've been a thief. My brothers and I, we have been stealing. We have stolen from 64 families. 64. And you know what we used to steal? Food. In very rare times, we used to steal things like radio, money, you know. Very rare times. Most of the time we used to steal food. Do you know why we used to steal food? We didn't have it. You can't steal what you have. Someone will listen to this video and say, I provided for you. You did what you could. You did your best. I want to believe so. I want to believe that's all what you could afford. I talked to my mom Karen last time and I was talking about how I have had arguments with my parents. And she told me something that I really loved. She told me, if you ever think your parents failed, if you ever think your parents never did you justice, why don't you get your kids and do them justice? Why don't you get your kids and raise them as how you wanted to be raised? And I felt like, damn, I've never been so much interested to have kids like when I am after hearing that statement. And my main reason as to why I need to have kids or why I need to have a wife is because I want to give my kids a life I was never given. That's why I'm 24, man. Even my brother who follows me has one kid. I don't have none. Even but a mistake one I don't have. But I want to say God has given me so many opportunities that unless if I'm always negative and I'm not grateful, I will never see His goodness. God has really done so many things to me. So many things to me. Most of which I'm going to show you in the coming few months. What God has started in me, what God is doing in my life, because it looks shameful, it looks weird as a young man with earrings and blonde hair to keep talking about God, with rings in his fingers to keep talking about God. But you know what is more important? I'm not going to say that God is not going to judge me. I'm just going to say every man has a mistake. Every man has his youth or our youth time. Every man has their bad moments. Every man has their down. I just accepted that as my down moments, as my mistakes. If there is any change needed, for the sake of me going to heaven, why would I be so deliberate in missing heaven? You understand my point? And I told God one thing. If God, you let me make it, when I get there, I will tell people it was you. If you let me make it, when I get there, I'll tell people it was you. And my mission is when I get 40 years as a content creator, I'll transition to being a motivational speaker because I want to change other people's life. And that point, I will be saying things flat out the way they are. If I made it through God, I will let people know that He helped me make it. If I used any shortcut, I will let people know that big money don't come clean. I won't hide nothing to you. Because do you know the pain of lacking information? Do you know how many years you can work in the wrong place with the wrong people due to lack of information? You remember the story of, there's this man in the Bible, I don't know whether it's Abraham or Moses, who worked for, was it 12 years or 7 years? There was this Leah and someone, I don't remember the story so well. I know it's a story that it has been shared a lot and you're wondering why I don't know it. But I just understand that it is very bad to add something or reduce anything in the Bible. So I just don't want to mention it straight. But you know that story of someone who has worked for so long, for so many years, waiting to be given someone. But at the end of the day, he realized that he was working for the wrong person. He has been with the wrong person all along. Do you know how painful it is to realize that you are working in the wrong person or you are doing things the wrong way? It is one of the most painful things you can ever experience in life. And I don't want to be the case in my life. I want to be in the right path. And do you know how you can know how easy for you to know you're in the right path or to do the right thing at the right time, at the right place with the right people? When you just accept God in your life. He guides you. He is your map. He is your father. He's going to nurture you. God is so great. I wish you people you could know. I have not known God so personal or so long time ago, but I just feel like something big is going to happen in my life. I've been listening to a song here called Something Big by Delana Hope. It's an AI song. I really love it. It talks about how something big is going to happen into my life. I never knew when I was singing that song 2 months ago that this was the big thing that is going to happen. I used to manifest that thing in my life without knowing how, without knowing when. You see, how things are going to happen to your life is not your problem. How to is none of your business. God knows how, knows when, knows why, knows how. The how to is none of your business. God is in changing your life business. God is in business of changing someone's life. God is in business of changing my life. Even when I felt like I'm done, because every time I feel like I'm done, He always shows up. Every time I feel like I'm at the verge of giving up, He always redirects me. He always shows me another way. He always shows me the better side of me. He always shows me what I have, not what I missed. You know, in life, when you focus with what you miss, you will never be grateful for what you already have. And when you're not grateful for what you have, you block blessings. You have been watching my videos, and you know very well that I always mention people who help me. Unless for a few who I'm not allowed to mention for their privacy. You know, I've had a very bad legacy in the past, and so many people, it's not good to associate them with so many things. But I'm just grateful that God sent people into my life. Today we are doing a benediction, and towards the end of that benediction in church, it was saying, God will send you people from far. God will help you so abundantly, and He will send you the right people with the right intention. It is not about sending right people. It is not about sending people. It's sending people with the right intentions. Do you know how that deep is? It is not about sending people. It is sending people with the right intention. Because sometimes you meet people who are so nice. Even Delilah was so nice to Samson. Come on, don't you? You know, Bible is the best book you can ever read in the world. It relates in everything. Today, during the discipleship, our teacher asked us, what are some of the things in the Bible that you can relate them to real life? And I remembered I was reading a Bible verse with a friend of mine about Ruth and Boaz, how Ruth prepared to go and meet Boaz, because Ruth really used to like Boaz and she wanted to be married by Boaz. And Boaz, you know, was this big person in that area. He had so many vineyards, and Ruth was instructed, take a shower, dress in your best clothes, and have some perfume on yourself. It is called preparing for a blessing. And I said that is the story I gave to what I can relate into real life, because there is also another story of a man. He used to tell her mother that, Mom, I am going to buy a car. But every time this person used to tell the mother that, the mother said, you are not ready to own a car. But the guy said, I have all the money in my bank, I can buy a car. Look, I can buy a car. The mother said no. So one day this guy went and took the old car from the garage and wiped that place and cleaned the place for a new car. Then the mother said, now you are ready for a new car. Sometimes we don't receive blessings because we are not ready for them. We have not prepared a room for them. I have been in this single room for a while. But sometimes I might be asking for big stuffs. I might asking for a relationship. But God doesn't see where that relationship is going to stay. He doesn't see your girlfriend staying in a single room, because this girl has been praying the entire life. There's no way God is going to give this girl someone like Rayton. I need first of all to ask for God for the right thing. You know, prayers are not just prayers. When you pray with the correct motive, you are absolutely going to get to the right point, to the right channel. And so I tend to feel like there's some few things I need to change into my life before I consider other things. You get? There's no way I would ask for God for a car and where I stay there is no parking lot. That is even mockery. That's not even realistic. You get my point? So this life has been a blessing to me. I'm not regretting even a single thing in my life. I'm grateful for everything. And why I keep sharing my stories online, I feel I was meant to change people's lives. And that's why I have a foundation. That's why I've been so much interested in helping people. That's why I love talking to people when they have problems, despite the fact that I also have problems. You know, you're not supposed to advise people because we have made it. Jesus didn't own a car. Jesus didn't own no money. No. But he was the best teacher. Why? He knew the truth. He had knowledge. He had wisdom. And if God gives you that, you just know you have won the life, because that cannot be bought anywhere. I'm not saying I'm the most wisest man or the most intelligent person in the world, but I said God has graced me to a point that I can talk to someone with a problem. I can stretch my heart to help people, despite the fact that I don't have too much. and God still blesses me. So I just want to tell people that if you want to give up in life, look at my life and you will find a reason as to why not to give up. Because when you talk about death, I'm always involved. I mean, when you start talking about problems people have gone through, if you start talking about death, I have gone through it. If you want to go about violence, I have experienced violence. If you want to talk about abuse, I've been abused. If you want to talk about sexual sin, I have done every other type you know. If you want to talk about poverty, I have been there. If you want to talk about crimes, I have been involved. If you want to talk about corruption, I was there. I have been under, but it is time that God is elevating me to another level. You see, like right now, I have so many videos in my gallery that they are not yet released. But God keeps telling me it is not the right time to release the videos. You see, like right now I'm doing a video. I have more than enough videos to release them for the next weeks, a couple of weeks. But God keeps telling me that is not what you're supposed to release at this moment. You know, when I say God keeps telling me, people are saying, we wacha unatuchocha, unaongea na Mungu siku hizi kumbe. I don't mean that. I just feel my heart says like, it is not yet time to release that video. You see how people say instincts? When you receive salvation, you will stop calling them instincts and you'll start terming that as the voice of God. Because I don't know how many people will laugh at me. I don't know how many people will mock me. But all what I know, I am in the right track. If you have watched this video to this end, ensure you subscribe, ensure you like this video, and ensure you leave a comment. And if by any chance you feel there is any advice you can give me, as much as you want to give me, write it in the comment section. I'm someone who receives people's comments with a big heart, that I need room to accept I might be wrong. So if there's anything you want to tell me in the comment section, do not hesitate. See you in the next one.